Is network TV dead? A lot of the shows that are on network TV that's running right now, people don't really watch even when it's going on live. They'll watch it on a replay, on a streaming site, and not watch it week to week. That's what's making these shows survive these days. Streaming has really killed to week watching on regular TV live. And a lot of these shows, it's hard for them to become sensations because of that. This new show, Abbott Elementary, that airs on ABC and goes on Hulu the day after, is it something that can, burst through the mainstream like The Office, Park and Recreation, The Modern Family? Here, I'm going to review this show today, and let's find out. Abbott Elementary is a mockumentary-style comedy in the vein of The Office, Park and Recreation, and shows like that. It even has the same executive producer and editor as The Office on here, but it's created by the main character who plays Janine. You may have seen her in a viral video.
Can I get some Skittles, some dips, Reese's Pieces, pretzels, and a large popcorn?
A large? You got money. He got money. Get it all for him.
She plays the character Janine, a second-year teacher who's in an underfunded Philadelphia school trying to bring new life to the school because the school is used to getting the bare minimum to survive. And they have a principal who does not know what they're doing, and her optimism and perkiness trying to get this school to be the best it can be, even though all the odds are against her, brings a bunch of antics throughout this season. And that's the premise of the show. It's her with these older teachers who are set in their ways and just one other friend who's about her age trying to help these kids achieve more than the school funding will allow. Let's start with what I like about this show. Let's start off with the good. The characters are the center of this show, and they are fantastic. We have Quentin Brunson, who plays Janine. She's the creator of the show. She's one of the writers on the show, and she is the main character, Janine, who is very, very funny. She's this character who's very overzealous, very quirky, very nerdy.
This mystery person says, I've been dating my boyfriend since 8th grade. Oh, I wonder who this could be.
Wait, like off and on?
Well, who says it's me, but no, just on.
The whole time?
Yeah.
But you've dated lots of other people.
Nope. Why are you all looking at me like that?
Someone that is always trying to fit in somewhere, but always overstepping her boundaries with what she's trying to do with the students, with the other teachers, and people's personal lives. She just thinks everybody should be one big happy family. And we get to explore that character in funny ways and even deeper ways as well throughout the season. We get to find out things about her past and why she's the way she is. And she's followed with a supporting cast that's also great. And number one on my list of that supporting cast is Janelle James, who plays Ava, the unqualified principal who says all the wrong things at the wrong times that make you go, how did she get this job?
As a unique take on her job?
She's bad at her job. What's unique is that she's bad at her job.
There you are. Hey, but can I talk to you? I need an aide. I'm outnumbered in there. The kids are crazy. One of them told me to mind my 6 this morning. I don't know what that means. I need help.
Calm down. They're just kids. And besides, aides cost money, and we don't have that.
Right, but I just...
Do you want to split your salary with somebody else?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Well, if we can't get AIDS, maybe we can get new rugs.
All I'm hearing is new, need. And yet Barb, one of our best and most senior teachers here, she never complains. What is your secret, Barb?
Knowing there's not much you can do, Ava.
So understanding. Be like Miss Howard, people.
And when you do find out how she get this job, you get very disappointed that this is how this happened. And she is like the antagonist of the show when it comes to things that Janine wants. She's always stopping it. She's always putting Janine down, and she's always saying something ridiculous, always doing all the things that you should not do in a public corporate setting. It's just ridiculous that she is the principal of this school, but at the same time very realistic, because as someone that's gone to underfunded schools and experienced this, I have seen principals who should not be in those positions have said things that they probably should not have said, and somehow got put in this position. And I don't know how. I'm starting to think the way Ava got into it is how these principals that I grew up got into it. And then following her is Tyler Jane Williams, who plays Gregory, this very vanilla black guy who you don't really get to see in shows like this. You know, most of the time it's always got to have some flavor and stuff like that. But he's just really monotone, not a lot of emotions, and he just wants to get the job done. He wants to be the principal, and he didn't realize he lost the job to Ava because of something absolutely ridiculous. And he is so funny in this show because every time something crazy happens, he looks at the camera like, what the hell is going on?
You. Now let's do this math problem again. Oh, what's the turkey farmer's name?
Hank?
Yes. Right. Hank has 2 turkeys. He gets 2 more. How many turkeys?
And it's the perfect comedic timing that it just makes me crack up every time. Everybody kind of looks at the camera every time something crazy is said or a crazy situation that's going on, quite like this, like The Office. And it's just really funny and really awkward. It's sometimes the cameraman is there for them and sometimes it's not. It's just this really surreal way of filming that you've seen in other shows that they use to perfection here. To have a mockumentary style for a school, I think was a really great job of picking the right setting for it, because a lot of hilarious things happen in school just every single day. If you were a teacher, if you're a student, you remember those days. Crazy things always happen. Everyone has those stories, and this show captures those things very well. And Lisa Ann Walter plays Melissa, a hard-nosed Italian old-school teacher who does a lot of questionable things to get supplies for her kids and supplies for everybody else, but is hilarious in her one-liners and how she fits in with the rest of the group, especially with Barbara, who's played by Shirley. I forgot what her last name is, but if you see this actress face, you know you've seen her everywhere, but she's not usually the star of the show. She is fantastic as the do-gooder, church-going, long-standing teacher who's been there for 30 years. If you know, growing up, you always knew that one teacher that everyone feared and respect, but knew she did her job really well no matter what supplies that she had. She found a way to make these kids learn, and she had me dying all the time. Every time she gave a look to Ava, like, why? How are you even in this position? How did you even get this job? And she just, how much she cared. The great dynamic between her and Janine is that she used to be where Janine was, but she's gotten so hardened through the years of being disappointed and trying to change the system and it not working. But she also has that bond with Janine where she sees her like a little daughter to her because she wanted her daughter to actually care about education. So that back and forth between them and the rest of the crew is really, really well played out and funny as hell. And Chris Perfetti, who plays Jacob, oh my God, he has me laughing all the time. He's that know-it-all, try-hard that tries to be cool and say bro and be down, talk about his trips to Africa and make things awkward, and you tell him like, look, dude, like, it's really weird when you have these conversations with me. But he has such a great heart, and his heart is in the right place, but he's so funny because of how hard he tries to be down. But amongst all the gags and all the interactions between the students and the teachers that are outright hilarious, this show sheds a real bright light on the day-to-day things that teachers have to go through every single day, and that makes it so relatable and funny because obviously everyone's at least gone to elementary school, and you see these things that the teachers go through, and they really capture it here in a very funny way, but get into the serious topics of the underfunding that these teachers have to go through in terms of supplies and different things that they need to teach these kids and how they find creative ways to get through with them. And just them having real kids, not hiring 25-year-olds to play kids, but actual kids that go to elementary school brings a really realistic feeling to it because the kids react in ways that they're supposed to, not like they're acting, they're just being themselves. So it brings a really grounded approach to it and really funny interactions between the adults and the kids. And this show really hit me hard, and I related to it hard because obviously I went to elementary school, and also I worked in the school system, and I worked with elementary school kids, and I've worked with kids in middle school, and I understand all those hardships but all the heartfelt and funny moments you may have with these kids as well. I thought that they captured all those things really well and how I remember when I worked in the school. Also the political aspects of it, the things I had to face trying to get things done, they really grabbed that really well, just how like certain people will not give you what you need just because they don't like somebody that's at the school, even though it was a detriment to the kids in the school. That aspect of the show really hit hard and at home with me as well. And while they're exploring these things, they're also exploring the outside lives of each of these people and how these teachers have to put up a strong face and leave all those things at the door when they're in the school. And sometimes it leaks into the school as well. Now let's talk about the bad. I don't have a lot of bad things to say about this show. It's just that the first 2 to 3 episodes feel a little bit repetitive. After those first 2 to 3 episodes, the show really takes off. It feels like they weren't sure how to progress the story at first. When they were first making it, it's like a lot of repetitive conversations and back and forth that you see from the first episode happen in the second and kind of in the third. But after that, just, the show is funny even in the first 3 episodes. But if you feel like, oh, where is this going? Just give it time. It's 12 episodes, 20 minutes each. Real quick watch. I binged the hell out of this. Just give it time and you're going to be very, very pleased with what's going on. The other thing is the mockumentary style. If you're not a fan of stuff like that, like I try to watch The Office, and I know it's crazy. I didn't really get into it.
Fool this man!
And you're not really a big fan of the style, people looking at the camera, and you're not too sure if you're supposed to be taking it serious, this may not be for you, but I say that the humor and the story here and all the characters is worth giving it a shot. And let's talk about my verdict. Abbott Elementary is one of my favorite shows of the year, hands down. It was a big surprise to me. I kept hearing about the show and I took too long to watch it, so I binged it and I fell in love. The humor just had me either smiling, giggling, or laughing hard because of all the different gags and different stories that were going on between each character and how everything just came together towards the end of each episode. All the characters were just so fleshed out and entertaining. There's so much heart in the show and so much realisticness that is so ridiculous of what these teachers have to go through to get these students through just one day without destroying themselves. I highly recommend watching this show. It's a quick watch each episode, and I have to give Abbott Elementary a B+. Let me know down below what you guys think about Abbott Elementary. Did you love the show as much as I did? Did you not feel it like how I was feeling it? Who's your favorite characters? Who's your least favorite character? And why is it Ava? And drop those comments down below. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you can watch more of my videos if you like lists, top 10 lists, reactions, and reviews right now.